Students are always taught to perform sign analysis to solve rational inequalities, but sometimes sign analysis is quite time-consuming, especially when they are dealing with terms with high power degree. So today we are going to use a new method, which is odd solving method, which is easier to tackle this kind of questions. And yeah, it is easier even when dealing with terms with high power degree. Firstly, we have our rational inequalities in what I call the thread in needle eye form. So it basically means that 0 is at the right hand side. You can imagine we have a needle here and then the thread is in the needle eye. So if the terms are not in this form, you'll need to move all the terms from right hand side to left hand side of the inequality sign, and then remember no multiplication and division is allowed, and then make sure all signs of x are positive. So we are going to start off our odd solving method with the first step, make the thread straight. So to do this, basically we just move the denominator to the upper side, and then we'll get this. The thread is straight. Don't forget that your denominator should not be 0. For the second step, we're going to determine the zero of factors, which I call the sewing points. So how to get the sewing points? We just take this term, each term, and then equals to 0, and then we'll get the sewing points here. So for the third step, we are going to draw the number line or the imaginary fabric and plot the sewing points. So now here comes the important step. Fourth step, we can now start sewing from the right upper side. So why always start sewing from the right upper side? Because we know majority of people, they hold needle using their right hand, and then usually people will start sewing from the above of the fabric surface, right? And then remember, odd degree power saw through, but even don't. What this basically means here is, let's say for the first sewing point we have 2 here. So we need to determine where is the term. The term is over here. And then we have to know the power. So now the power is an odd number. So what it says here, odd degree saw through. So we just draw a line, penetrate through the sewing points. So actually, this degree here can be any odd number. Even if 99, we can just simply draw through the sewing points. And then for the second sewing point, we just carry out the same procedure, but this time our degree is an even number, so we cannot saw through it. And then for the third sewing point, same, it is an odd degree, and then we just saw through it. So we get a line. And then for the final step, we are going to state the range of x, which is our answer. So we have the sign which is smaller or equal to 0. So we are going to take the thread which is beneath the surface of the fabric, right? So this is our answer, and then we just state it. So our final answer is this. But remember, our x cannot equal to 2, so yeah, this is just smaller. This is a special odd sewing method which is kinda odd, but I hope you'll find it interesting.